It's a perennial pub debate and one we're trying to solve today through a series of exercises here at the Lang Lang Proving Ground in Victoria. Which vehicle type would you choose if you only had one choice as an all-round workhorse, cargo mover or weekend warrior? Let's go and find out. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe and tell us which one you choose in the comments below. So in the red corner we have the popular Isuzu NPR 45-155 Tradepack, medium wheelbase light duty truck, and in the blue corner we have the big selling Toyota HiLux dual cab ute in SR pickup configuration. Both can be driven on a car licence and they're generally ballpark on pricing, although the Tradepack extras makes it a bit more expensive. The Isuzu with its longer wheelbase and bigger tray is about 1.3 metres longer overall, while the HiLux is powered by the 2.8 litre turbo diesel with 6-speed auto, and the Isuzu gets the 5.2 litre oiler with 6-speed auto. The HiLux is a narrow winner in the power and torque race. It's about line ball when it comes to accessing maximum torque low down in the rev range. First up is a comparison of some of the driving comforts and tech, and here in the HiLux obviously it has a bit more of a passenger car feel, a bit more in-cabin bling and tech, and obviously a few more comforts for the family with extra seats in the rear. So we're here in the Isuzu Tradepack, and obviously it's a bit more utilitarian and truck-like with the high suspension seat and the bus-like steering wheel, although the new tablet-style screen does add a bit of glamour to the old-school truck feel. The HiLux offers a more relaxed driving position as well as support and comfort over longer stints. It's also a bit quieter inside if you like to pump the tunes out on the road. The Isuzu truck offers a superior view out through the windscreen, while comfort features are decent with climate control and smartphone mirroring, plus safety tech like emergency braking and lane departure warning. However, it doesn't quite match the HiLux, which gets handy steering wheel controls and better driver seat adjustment, nor crash avoidance with active cruise control and 7 airbags among the Toyota's safety suite. Okay, that's first points to the HiLux. Now let's take a closer look at payload and carrying capacity, where we might see the pendulum start to shift in favour of the bigger Isuzu. Parked side by side, it's obvious how much more you can load in the Isuzu's big tray, which measures 4.5 metres long and around 2 metres wide, while the drop side tray also makes it easier to load the goods. You can also bang more weight in the Isuzu with its circa 1.5 tonne payload compared to the Toyota's 900 kilo odd maximum. We know that many people buy a ute to tow a big trailer, while more and more people are buying light trucks for their heavy duty towing capabilities. So which one is better for towing? The Isuzu on test can tow a trailer up to 4,500 kilograms compared to a maximum 3,500 kilograms for the HiLux, and the light truck also gets a much higher gross combination mass, about 50% more than the HiLux, so you're far less likely to overload it even with a big trailer in tow. So we're in the Isuzu Tradepack now, and this is really loaded it up with a 2.5 tonne trailer. We've got a big load in the tray, and this is really the reason where you buy a light truck like this, because it really comes to the fore. It's well within its GVM and GCM capabilities. It's a fairly level, smooth ride. There's no drop in performance as you might get in the smaller ute. The ride's a little bit of rock and roll, not surprising given the leaf spring suspension, but overall a very relaxed, comfortable towing experience, and makes a lot of sense if you're towing big and you're carrying big. So we're in the Toyota HiLux dual cab ute now with a similar 2.5 tonne trailer and a heavy load in the tray. And the one thing you do immediately notice is that there's an immediate drop off in performance. The engine works a little bit harder, it holds on to gears a bit more. So you do notice that in the smaller dual cab ute, whereas there's no real drop off in performance with the larger Isuzu. The other issue with loading up and putting a big trailer on something like this is that you're pretty much left with not a lot of carrying capacity in the car itself. So you're limited to very small payload with, for passengers, extra gear. So you certainly won't be carrying as much as you would when towing and carrying a big load as the Isuzu. The other thing you notice with the HiLux when towing is there's a little bit more pointing up at the front, so a little less control in the steering wheel. It doesn't feel quite as flat and stable as the larger and the essentially longer wheelbase Isuzu. So you'd have to say the HiLux probably gets off the mark a bit quicker than the Isuzu when it comes to towing, but as far as safety, stability, and just overall towing confidence, it's not quite up there with the Isuzu when it comes to towing a big trailer and carrying a big load at the same time. Unhitched, the HiLux is back in the points with its more composed ride, snappier performance and sharper handling. However, the Isuzu's four-wheel disc brake setup makes it a good match when it comes to stopping. And while the HiLux is easier to slot into parking spots, it's no match for the Isuzu when it comes to its turning circle and ability to manoeuvre in tight situations, as this eye-opening steering wheel lock-to-lock exercise demonstrates. So we've driven them back to back, we've crunched the numbers, we've added up the scores, and the winner in this comparison is the light truck, but not by much. In the end, the light-duty truck won't win any beauty contests or innovation awards, but if you're after a fair dinkum all-rounder that can get the big jobs done, it's a pretty good option.